Cold War Season 2 has finally arrived, and with it came a good chunk of content. And before we get into this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe for more content like this, and don't worry, as it's always free to subscribe, and you can always unsubscribe later. Anyway, getting into it, Season 2 has come with gigabytes worth of content, and have it be some of it fairly good, and other parts being just mediocre. But maybe you want to know if the season is worth your time, or to see if it's worth coming back to the game. Well, starting off, the main thing that's going to be advertised to you is the Battle Pass. Now, I'm not going to go too in depth on this, but pretty much the only thing that would make it worth it is the reactive camo at tier 95. Other than that, it's still a very mediocre battle pass, so I'm assuming what would happen with Modern Warfare will happen here, or we'll just have to wait until the battle passes start becoming full of good content. So around season 5 or 4 is when good stuff is going to come out. It was the same thing with Modern Warfare. But other than that, we have the new multiplayer maps, Apocalypse. Yes, there's only one new map, which is very disappointing, but best of all is that this map is equally disappointing. Don't get me wrong, there are still other maps in the game that are worse than this, but overall, I just don't enjoy the map that much. It's alright for TDM, but other than that, I'm just not rocking with it. But honestly, the best way I can describe this map is just a worse jungle, which I don't know how you do, as jungle has been beaten to death with all of its remakes, but I would still rather take jungle over this. Zombie wise now, we have a new mode called Outbreak, which also has an event tied to it in case you want to go ahead and get some of the free stuff and get some of the final blueprints, which look alright, but nothing special. This game mode though is essentially zombies but on fireteam maps with new mini bosses. Nothing too special, but it's better than getting nothing or some really bad mode, so I'm alright with it. Along with zombies, we also got the addition of the Frenzy Guard field upgrade, which has a weird perk combination that comes with it. So the main thing that comes with this is that your armor gets fully repaired when you use it. Enemies that hit you repair 10% of your armor, and normal enemies explode after hitting you. After that, we also got the new Shatter Blast, which was also introduced, which is a new ammo mod, and pretty much from the time I got to use it, it's essentially just a bomb that randomly blows up zombies that either kills them or makes them crawlers. Then, for my Dark Aether grinders, they have also added weapon classes upgrades for the launchers and specials, which is going to make those weapons a lot easier to get done, which I'm honestly kind of jealous of, because I didn't have that when I went for Dark Aether, but hey, it's whatever. So, if you're going for Dark Aether, it's going to get much easier with these weapon classes. But the last thing, though, is an extra 2 tiers to every upgradable thing in the game. So, instead of the normal crystals that you would upgrade normally, you now have the Refine and the Flawless crystals, which take some time to get. For example, you need 5 Flawless crystals to get tier 5 on whatever perk or field upgrade or whatever it might be, and I played one full 30 round game and I got maybe 2. I think 2, sometimes 1. It really depends on RNG, since I can't honestly tell you how you get them. All I know is that the higher round you get, the better chance you get on getting them. And that's about an hour of time, so it's going to be a grind nonetheless to get these, and you have to keep in mind it's for every single item in zombies. So every perk has a new extra 2 tiers, every weapon class has a new extra 2 tiers, every ammo mod, just everything. So it's going to be a grind to get these, but I'm honestly glad they added more stuff to this. After this though, we have all the other stuff that comes along with this, like the seasonal challenges for both the zombies and multiplayer. And if you didn't get to finish the first season challenges, don't worry, as you can keep doing those. But we also got more prestige icons in the prestige shop, with my personal favorite being the Black Ops 4 Prestige Master. But don't worry, you can get about every prestige icon you want, besides the CODs that have just an absurd amount of prestiges. Yes, I'm looking at you, Black Ops 1 and Advanced Warfare. The new weapons, however, are very interesting. You have an AR that oddly reminds me of the Galil but isn't, and then a new SMG that has good damage range, which means it will most likely be the new meta in Warzone, but hey, time will tell on that one. The new score streak though, which was released a little earlier, was the Death Machine, which is still fun, and it's also a fairly low score to get at 2200, which means if you're decent at COD, you should be able to get it almost every game. Other than that, that's about everything new coming with the season. Now, Warzone, they also got a bunch of new updates with the new point of interest, which I don't think has ever happened before, and new bunkers have been opened. Now, personally, I'm just not a Warzone player, it's just not my cup of tea, but don't worry to my Warzone players, your game is still being updated regularly. Now, the last things that were updated are some of the maps and their hard points, and some game modes. Moscow though got some changes to the top and the bottom of the map, which I'm not sure exactly why they did that, but it's probably for the better. Then Cartel finally got its bushes trimmed, but I also have not played that map since launch, and I don't plan on playing it again, but it's always better late than never to have that, since if you remember at launch, that was a huge problem and no one liked that map, and I'm pretty sure that was the first map to get GA'd in the CDL. But other than that, we also have Crossroads, which got new hardpoint heals, so you don't get screwed over so hard by spawns. So for my league play players or competitive players, you know how great that change is. Game mode wise, however, we also got Apocalypse 24/7, so if you enjoy that map, you can go crazy on that. And we also got Gun Game, which we all love Gun Game, and personally, I would like to see more party game modes like this in the future. Other than that though, this weekend is also double XP and double weapon XP weekend, so you can go crazy on that, which thankfully, because I swear the levels are busted. It takes around 4 games to level up once, which is absurd, especially when you're level 1. For example, I had a friend that played 3 games and dropped on average 40 some kills per game and only went from a level 1 to a level 2. It's just absurd how slow it is, and it's just clearly not right. Also, when I played zombies myself, I did a full 30 round game and went from level 1 to 5 with double XP on the whole time. But hopefully they fix that soon, since it surely cannot be this busted. There's no way you rank up this slow. It's almost impossible to get Prestige Master at this pace, since you only have 55 days compared to the 80 days for this season. But I really hope they fix that in the future. And then the last thing I want to bring up is that it is a free trial week, so if you're looking to try the game out and see if you like it, then now's the time. So overall, this season brought with it a good amount of content. Granted, there could have been more, but hey, it's better to have something than nothing. And if you're wondering if it's worth your time to come back to play the game, honestly, I would say wait until the mid-season update when everything's a little bit more patched out and working. But if you plan on just checking the new things out, then I'd say it's honestly worth your time to check it out for a day or two, then go back to whatever you were doing. So hopefully in the future we can get updates like this with more content, but only time will have to tell on that one. Coming to a close though, if you did enjoy the video, a like is greatly appreciated, and a sub means even more. But until then, see ya.